Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday and welcome
Friday.
to the Trade Talks Live. I'll be the host today, Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt. Roger's out in Austin today, and I've got Amber with
I'll
me
be
today.
filling in. Yay.
That's it.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, actually, I'm Amber Mendoza. I have worked for Roger for a very long time, all the way back from high school's concert security, and now here we are, social media.
Yep.
So, yeah, I do everything in the office, like director of vibes. So, human resources, herding cats, all the good stuff. So, I've been asked to help.
That's it.
Can't hear me.
She tries to
Oh, okay.
schedule. She tries to keep him scheduled.
Yes.
And that is one of the hardest schedules to keep. So
hard.
Kudos.
Thank you. Yes,
We do want to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and talk trades for an hour, Monday through Fridays at 10 a.m. Central. That way, hopefully you catch us live for your lunch break on the East Coast, or you're catching the replays anywhere else throughout the country. Leak Pro does build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And if you want to check out the equipment or their training, you can check out www.leak-pro.com, or you can give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I probably won't answer for the next hour, though, so I'll call you back after the show.
We need a jingle for that. 1-8888-LEAK-PRO.
That's it.
I think AI might be able to handle that for us.
It can. A
little jingle.
You try to do some jingles with AI and see what it actually sounds like, because I don't know how well it hears yet.
Who knows?
No telling.
I mean, yeah. Cool.
Once again, happy Friday, everybody. I know that the weekend is coming.
Yes, indeed.
Stay focused on work for the rest of the day. Don't get distracted and get yourself hurt. One of the key important things. That's it. Like most accidents happen on a Friday afternoon after lunch, because your mind's already wherever you're at on the weekend, and it's not focused on the task at hand.
Right.
So big one for today. Jumping into national news here. U.S. plans an AI infrastructure development on energy department lands. Now, guys, this is huge. The U.S. government has unveiled a strategic initiative to develop AI infrastructure on 16 potential sites located on Department of Energy lands already, marking a major step towards meeting the surging power demands of the AI industry. And we know that AI has been the buzzword for the last couple of years now.
Yes.
And it's growing more and more, guys. And honestly, it's actually been around a lot longer than that.
It has.
For a decade.
Now it's just hitting us, the little people.
Getting out here to the public more and more. And there have been some really good, useful tools that have come out. So try to figure out how AI can benefit you.
Absolutely.
But what's happening, this is the first major U.S. power infrastructure build out in over 2 decades.
Wow, that's awesome. 20 years.
20 years. Woo! Spurred by the rapid growth of AI. Because, guys, more and more AI is coming out every single day that does other things. Kiddo was talking to me about one last night. Well, I could get in here and I can talk to characters. I said, yeah, that probably ties back to ChatGPT somehow that they've built out. I said, I've got a Roger character in there I talk to occasionally.
Wow, let's get that out.
So they've got it all out there now. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
So yeah, it makes sense for sure that they have to catch up, and this is such a huge opportunity again.
Yes.
For the trade.
And what's this going to be? It's going to be a lot of data centers, guys, because to keep all this AI going, it's got to have the computing power, things like that.
Yes.
The plan involves repurposing DOE sites, including national laboratories and former nuclear enrichment facilities for new energy generation and data center development.
Right.
So they're going to use these spaces to generate more power too. We'll see if, like we were talking yesterday about the coal plant that's going to natural gas now.
Right.
Or a couple days ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But I wonder what all they're going to bring in here, if they're going to do some modular nuclear facilities to generate power. They're going to go natural gas or what? Curious to kind of see what's coming. Why this matters. Massive opportunity for infrastructure contractors, guys. These projects are going to require new roads, utilities, building pads, underground power and telecom systems, meaning civil, electrical, and mechanical. That includes a lot of us.
Right. Cha-ching. It's a lot of opportunity rolling out for sure.
That's it. Really focus on some fast track permitting.
Oh, that's great.
DOE sites already have energy infrastructure and zoning in place, which could lead to expedited permitting because it's already set to be able to do these things. So that's a lot of the paperwork.
Anyone in the trades knows that permitting can definitely be a pain
if
you aren't on top of it.
That's it. Yeah. Even be able to get the land to be able to build the right things that you're wanting to do out there and get the zoning right.
Yeah.
That can be a fight depending on where you're at.
Absolutely.
Public and private partnerships. The federal government is inviting private developers to partner on-site development and signal opportunities for large-scale bids and subcontractor packages. Guys, this is big. This is going to create a lot of work out there, especially 16 different sites.
Right.
Some of the new locations that are being considered. You got the Idaho National Laboratory, the Portsmouth site in Ohio, the Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Plant in Kentucky.
Well done. Good job.
The Savannah River site in South Carolina.
South Carolina. But just so it was yes.
I did make sure to read those this morning a couple times so that I could do it well here, just to be on point.
Yes. Well done.
Hey, that's how I work. You know, we try to be ready for everything. Plan the work and work the plan, guys.
Sir. You're so on it.
What's going to be built? Data centers, nuclear and renewables based energy generation, and the infrastructure to support heavy computational workloads for AI and advanced computing. And guys, like I was saying, data centers and all this energy provision to support all those data centers. And the best part about that, man, you pipe fitters and welders are going to be busy because they got to keep all those data centers cool too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a once in a generation opportunity. So it's a really big deal. And just because we're bringing it up today, doesn't mean that it won't be popping up all the time. Like, this is not going away. This is huge.
This is just more and more leading to the future is stuff like this, guys, because AI is going to get big. Robotics we talk about a lot on here that's already getting big and they're starting to create robots for everything. And
I know.
I've seen it going on in high schools for years.
Right.
And to go watch some of those competitions. Oh, they teach a robot how to hang clothes, how to do dishes, how to do normal day-to-day things around the home.
Right.
And they mainly do that to help disabled people, which I always thought was really cool. So robots are going to be the way of the future. And soon it will be the Jetsons, like we always say.
I love it. I feel like that's definitely the way it's going. So, let's embrace it and make some money and create more wealth for us.
That's it. We're going to move into the bottom line here.
Bottom line.
How to evaluate the true cost of free estimates, because we know that free estimates aren't always free.
Correct.
Offering free estimates is a common practice in the trades, but it's essential to understand the actual impact on your business's bottom line.
Right.
It costs to send somebody out there to do that free estimate. To take a look at what's actually going to be done, because pictures only tell you so much when you're looking at a job.
Yeah. I would answer the phone and people would be like, hey, if I send these pictures over, can you give me an estimate? I'm like, absolutely not. There's so much you can't tell just by showing me the problem. Like,
that's it.
So it definitely takes going out and taking time, doing it, looking at it. So it is an investment.
Yeah. Some of the big considerations here, you've got to consider the time investment. Okay. Each estimate requires a site visit.
Yep.
And to follow up with a proposal, you got to prepare that. It takes some time to put that estimate together.
It does.
Conversion rates are important.
Yes.
You want to assess how many free estimates convert into a paying customer.
Mm-hmm.
And then does that job pay enough to cover all the free estimates that we had to go out to get that one job? And that's how you truly start to calculate this. But also don't forget to factor in your operational cost.
Right.
Factor transportation, administrative expenses, and any other potential opportunity of losing cost.
Right.
Time's the big one. That's the key there, because every estimate takes time. So they're not all free per se.
Right.
And as a business, you're expecting so much out of X amount of estimates.
Right. I think when you're a new company, those kind of things are definitely good ways to get started. But as soon as you start realizing, hey, like, this is working, I need to, you got to stop doing that. I feel like at least you can have, options for a free estimate. But once you get established, really building that back into the price is something everybody does.
It is. And really, like, one of the best ways to do that, instead of just cutting out the free estimates, qualify your leads better.
Yes.
Okay. And like, I've learned a lot about that here lately at some of the conferences we've gone to. And it's like, you want a hot lead, somebody that's really ready to actually buy, ready to actually do something, not just, oh yeah, come take a look.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just see if something's wrong or not. That would be a cold customer. If they're not real interested in the free estimate, it doesn't seem like. So kind of purge that lead a little harder, and make sure that it's a quality customer for you to send out for a free estimate.
And another issue is that a lot of these companies coming in and buying up all these houses in Texas, rental properties, they are looking for cheap and fast. If it's not free, they're just like, I don't want to deal with it. They want the cheapest bid. They don't care if it's done right because they're renting houses like left and right. So don't let your business get caught up with those either. Don't be afraid to say no just because, hey, it's a good opportunity. It may not be as good as it looks if you're dealing with those. So red flag, beware.
You want to limit some free estimates. Consider offering only for specific services or project sizes.
Right.
And that's something to really put into this factor and kind of plan for. Also introduce consultation fees, charge a nominal fee for estimates. And I think y'all kind of started doing that after a while.
We
where
did,
it's just like, look, here's the fee for us to come out because we have to pay that plumber to come out, and skilled labor's not cheap. So somebody's got to pay for that. And it's typically,
a bunch of those,
it's typically the customers.
Best practice groups.
No offense.
Will definitely say, go ahead, every single time. But I feel like as you get more into the game, a lot of them are just like, we don't charge that. We build it back in. It's fine.
One of the best ones to do is do a fee for your estimate.
Right.
If it turns into a job, that money's included in that price already.
Right.
You've already paid it.
Yes.
We're not going to charge that estimate separate now. That's already money paid.
Right. That's so smart. I feel people really appreciate that. Okay, well, that sounds great. I would say yes.
It's like, we talk vehicles a lot. It's like leasing. He was saying y'all used to lease for like 4 years.
Yep.
But then, if you leased it for that one more year, you owned it. And it's like, that's like rent to own. Like, I can rent it. And then I get that decision point and go, okay, do I really want it or not? Man, that can be a blessing sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having those options.
That's it. Over here in comments real quick. We've got Theodore Scopas. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Denver.
Wakefield left us a comment too.
Says hello. Yeah, hey, I try to jump in here every morning and throw a little something.
Throw a little love.
Happy Friday, everybody. Denver, good morning. I'm doing pretty good. I hope you are doing well this Friday.
Yes.
Squirt, do I still work union? Technically, no, not anymore. I was 20-year pipe fitter. I went into the office and did industrial estimating for about 5 years. But then I kind of got the opportunity to come and learn League Pro. So now I manufacture the equipment. I build it. I train people how to do it. I took that opportunity for a chance to give back to the trades. And, League Pro sponsors this and lets us hop in here and talk trades for an hour every day.
Lead-in.
So it's really cool. Like, I don't work union anymore. I work here. I work for Roger. And I build so much out here for us to be able to do like a lot of the testings and things like that we do. I could still go into the union if I wanted to.
Right.
But chasing some different opportunities and trying to give back to the trade a different way now.
Right. And we appreciate that so much. We heard the amazing sounds outside Henry was building. He's our glue. He keeps us all together. So super appreciative.
That's it.
Safety is next. All right.
And man, this is a big one, guys. Top 5 reasons tradespeople still get hurt on ladders.
Yes.
Ladder safety is one of the biggest things on projects. More injuries happen from ladder falls than anything.
And you can see that even in my house. I'm like, be careful,
And I've lost friends because of ladder incidents and stuff.
Wow.
Like, don't stand on the top, guys. Most important. Incorrect setup angle. Now, this is big because like extension ladders, you want the right degree.
Right.
Approximately 40% of ladder related injuries result from ladders sliding out due to improper setup angles. And guys, it's a 4-to-1 ratio. My favorite for extension ladders, put your toes up against the cleats at the bottom, put your arms straight out, and you should be holding the ladder at that point.
Oh, wow.
If that's right, you're at the right angle.
That's some
or
real
at least
life tips.
really close to it.
Yeah, that's great. Did not know that.
That's it. Overreaching, extending beyond the ladder side rails can cause loss of balance. Overreaching is huge. We've heard Roger talk about that. He had some falls.
Right.
Belt buckle here. Anything you lean, once your belt buckle goes out past the edge of that ladder, get down and reposition.
Right.
Okay. Get down, move the ladder. If you can't, figure out a different way. Improper ladder selection. This is really big.
Right.
Using ladders not suited for the task or the weight load can lead to structural failures.
Right. So you're on a job, you don't have the right ladder, you're in a hurry, let's get it going, and you use the wrong ladder, and then bam.
That's it. Like, this is tough for big guys. Like, I'm a big guy. Well, guess what? If I wore a tool belt, you got to think about that weight additional. And then I'm carrying a piece of pipe up too.
Right.
That weight's affected also. So keep an eye on your load ratings. It's very important. Make sure to select the right ladder.
Right. And there's a reason why these memes are everywhere. It's because guys out on the job do all of these things, and it definitely can cause injury. But I mean, this is definitely something that people don't think about.
Like this one here, damaged equipment. Failing to inspect ladders for defects before use increases risk. Guys, that ladder, when you reach up and it just starts to walk on you because somebody used to walk that ladder enough that it loosened everything up, that it'll walk on its own pretty much now. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't walk your ladder. Get down and move it. I know sometimes it's easier. I get that. Go ahead and take the time, get the extra exercise, and head down that ladder and move it forward.
Yeah, there you go.
Inadequate training. Lack of proper safety education contributes to misuse.
Right.
And, don't be on the top 2 steps unless it's a special ladder made to be stood on top of, which we do see some of those at trade shows. They got some really cool things coming out nowadays for ladders.
That's great.
Me and Dad looked at a bunch at the trade shows.
And make it a part of the onboarding culture. Make sure you bring this up. Don't let it be something on the job, and lead by example. If they see you doing it, then they're going to think it's okay to do it too.
That's it. Sure. And then, some of the key rules here, guys, to help prevent issues and problems. Adhere to that 4-to-1 rule, like I was saying, with your feet and your arms. Maintain 3 points of contact whenever you're on a ladder and you're working. And guys, that doesn't have to be a hand all the time.
Yeah.
You can pull both hands off, but then you want both feet and you want
a hip
your gut or hip or something leaned up against it to where you can actually work.
Okay.
Regular inspections. Check your ladders before you use them every time, because something could have happened. Something could have fell on it.
Right.
Somebody could have dropped an oxygen bottle on it and busted the fiberglass. You never know. Use stabilizers. Enhance ladder stability with appropriate accessories. And that's the ones I'm talking about. We saw some really cool stabilizers for extension ladders.
Nice.
So I thought that was kind of nice.
Yeah. It makes you feel safe for sure.
So. It does. And they make specialty ladders for every situation out there too. So just make sure you're using the right one for the task you've got in front of you.
So moving right along to new construction, why mixed use urban developments keep growing. We see them everywhere, popping up all over. Mixed use developments, which combine residential, commercial, and recreational spaces, are becoming increasingly prevalent in urban planning. Literally, you can drive down the street and there is a new apartment or condo complex and malls and a ton of restaurants underneath. So as cities become more populated, mixed use developments efficiently utilize limited space.
That's it. Like one of the hotels that we always tell people about whenever they come stay at League Pro, it's like this. It's just a hotel in the building they stay in, but right there at every building around it, it's like apartments and things up top, and then businesses and restaurants down bottom. There's some really cool places.
Right across the walk is grocery stores.
That's it.
Everything.
And it's like, look, here's where we suggest that way everything's in walking distance for whoever comes. Everything's accessible, and these multi-use developments are just becoming amazing.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice. Yeah. Like, and I've seen it because I had a buddy that lived downtown.
Oh, yes.
And guess what? There's a Target in the bottom of a high rise. There's different grocery stores and things like that. So
yeah,
could be really good.
I feel like everybody has a good story of like a friend that lives there. You know, you're like, this is so modern, so amazing, it's so convenient.
That's it. Like it
and
just
yeah, especially since nobody really wants to drive these days. You hear all these stories about these young people that don't want to even get a driver's license.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
get somebody
what?
to bring that to me.
So now you move into a place and you never have to drive. You Uber Eats, you can't, and then you walk downstairs and your gym is there. Bam.
My favorite part. It's got to take tradespeople to build all these places,
right.
guys.
Keep it coming.
So,
that's
yes.
Great. Yes.
Consumer preferences. Yes, that it's convenient, and
Yes.
everybody wants convenient.
Yes.
Economic
less
viability.
Drunk driving.
Hey,
for sure.
If you just take an elevator ride down to the bar, hey, now we're
oh my gosh,
we're doing pretty good, right?
Yes.
I should be able to stumble upstairs. Some of the benefits here, guys: enhanced community engagement. If you live upstairs and your grocery store's downstairs, guess what? You're going to run into a lot of your neighbors at the grocery store. A little more than you are driving a couple miles down the road to that grocery store. Sustainability, reduced reliance on vehicles leads to lower carbon emissions.
Right.
Everybody's walking. Doesn't that make you happy? Like,
let's do it. Yeah.
I like to walk. Walking doesn't scare me.
Right.
Okay. I love going to new towns and walking.
It is definitely convenient for sure.
Yeah,
to have all of that.
Convenience.
Yes.
Like proximity to various services enhances the quality of life of all the residences.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is big, guys. Like, and we see it here in Texas a lot everywhere.
Yes.
Pretty much, I think every city is kind of doing this to their downtown and starting to spread it even further. So
they've got to make way. I mean, Texas is growing like crazy. And so we got to make space. We got to go up. We got to keep it all right there. Less driving, less congestion. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits and a lot of fun.
Over in Los Angeles, a new development integrates a major retail store with residential units, exemplifying the mixed use trends. And guys, it's just that means they're doing it all the way over in the West Coast too, in LA. Guys, it's becoming the thing. Let's see. We'll jump over here to comments real quick. Got Theodore again. Great information from both of us. We definitely appreciate that. We try to put good out into the world.
Yes, we do.
Denver says we look great together. Awesome. I know she's supporting the Texas today, so we're all good.
Our Lady Longhorns play this evening, South Carolina Gamecocks, and so I'm very excited. It's a tough battle, but we'll see.
Everyone wants convenience, Theodore. Yes. Definitely so. Like, that's why I think these are becoming more and more popular, and it's really great because convenience is really nuts. Like,
absolutely, community convenience. Sure. What are you gonna do? You know, move right in.
That's it. Moving on into mindset growth here. Dealing with burnout without burning bridges. Now, burnout is a prevalent issue among tradespeople given the physically demanding nature of the work.
Right.
And to get pissed off on a job and not burn that bridge by walking out for a day or something, you've got to learn how to keep your cool, guys.
Yes.
Okay. Some of the signs of burnout here: chronic fatigue, feeling tired even after adequate rest.
And after adequate coffee.
Getting scared. Reduced performance. Let's get the camera rotation going. Oh, man. Decline in work quality or productivity. And guys, as you start to get burnout, you're not going to be able to put out the same production that you used to.
Right.
It's not going to be the same quality as you used to. Maybe depending on how slow you slow down, but pay attention to these things because it's just warning signs that it's coming.
Right.
Detachment, loss of interest in work, or cynicism towards colleagues. I feel like I've dealt with that before.
Absolutely.
Because there's been days where it's just like, look, I don't even care about it. Like, whatever.
Right. I just watched the National Lampoon creation of the guys who made it.
Okay, yeah.
And this guy was so burned out. Like, he literally was doing all these things. He's just like, coming up with all this content, coming up with all this creation. His brain broke. And he's like, I got to unplug. And he just left everybody. He was very cynical towards his coworkers. He was blowing up at work. And so all of the signs were there. And it was definitely an interesting story. But
me and Dad talk about it a lot.
Total burnout.
I can go 3.5 months, 7/12s at night. It's like nonstop.
Yeah.
Go. And then I kind of hit a wall and it's like, look, like I need some time.
Yeah.
Let me just not think about any of this for a little bit.
Right.
And it works out well. Like, and you got to know your limits.
You do. And I feel like people who are starting a new business definitely live in, like this, you have to, you're almost there all the time.
Always.
And the more you want your business to be successful and grow, the more you
have to
like teeter that line.
As weird as it is, like you kind of have to you got to
payoff
change that mindset.
Will be worth it, but you are going to have a lot.
I like to change the playlist.
Okay, yes.
And that helps
me.
I'll just put in some new tunes and it kicks into a new gear.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Some of the strategies to help address burnout: open communication, discuss feelings with supervisors or peers to seek support, to get an idea on should we be here? Should I take some time off? Maybe I can early out a couple days. Just
like,
take off at lunch.
I'm burned. Help me. Yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
And talking to bosses, guys, guess what? Most of your bosses, not all. I know I was a younger boss, so not all, but most of them are more experienced. So they're going to completely understand what you're going through and be able to give you some tips on things to do. Set boundaries. Establish clear work-life boundaries to ensure adequate rest. Yeah. We definitely don't do that here. That's not allowed.
We don't do that here.
You cannot have boundaries working here.
And that happens, I feel like especially in the trades, there's like, come on, get on it. What are you wussing out?
I'm joking. We do have some boundaries. Now we still send texts and things throughout the weekends and during times off just to keep people informed on things.
Right. What are you coming back to?
We try to keep open communication going all the time.
Yes.
Seek professional help if you need to. If you're mentally struggling, get some help out there. It's there. That's what it's for. Because we can't all do it alone sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of groups online too that deal with that. You could plug into and find solutions and help in a community. And start there if you don't want to have a professional, but always if you need it, go. Yeah.
And if you're getting burnt out, prioritize your task. You can focus on the essential task and delegate some things out if that's possible. Like a lot of load, send that to somebody else, and you focus on the part that you need to focus on.
Yep.
Regular breaks. This is very important. Routine your breaks so that you kind of step away from it a minute. There were times I'd go down and just sit in my car for half an hour. Wouldn't even eat lunch. But it's like, no, I just need to be off the job site and out and away for a few minutes to kind of clear my mind and reset.
That's actually a strategy that is recommended by therapists, saying that is a safe space. If you need to regroup, go to your car and unplug, close the doors, and just, take a minute. That is very smart.
It is your castle, according to law. Okay.
Yes.
It's yours.
Yes.
Get in it. So we do want to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and talk trades for an hour, Monday through Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Time.
Yes.
Try to catch you during your lunch break or the replays. But Leak Pro builds the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. What we do, I've got two different pieces of equipment that I build. I build a probe, which is a T-handle style. It's got a stainless steel rod on it, real durable for probing in and out of the ground for that meter to the home service. Also, I've got the Sidekick, which is a pistol grip style with an aluminum rod. So when you go inside and you're listening through a slab or driveways or anything, you'll want it because that aluminum rod kind of eliminates that layer of concrete. And guys, if you're a plumber out there and you're tired of this, leak detection guy's 6 weeks out, or I never heard back from anybody on that leak detection job that I sent that leak detection guy to. Guys, that's why we started this and got a hold of this company so that we could put the tools in your hands to help give back to the trade so that you're not losing all the leak detection jobs out there. If you don't know anything about it, I do a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas, where I'll teach you how to locate lines. I've got 11 leaks under a slab so that we can pinpoint locate leaks, one outside of the slab so that you know what that sounds like too. But guys, also, I've got a cast iron and a PVC sewer system set up out here where I'll teach you how to go from the double clean out outside of a home and isolate branch lines under the house to determine exactly where a sewer line's leaking also.
And I don't know anywhere else in the nation that has that. Maybe it exists, but it is such a confidence builder to at least see what you're dealing with and have that exposure to it before you just walk into someone's home.
That's it. And I do. I train you I teach you that. The first time Dad was telling me about it, I'm like, okay, I think I kind of have an idea of how
Right.
you go about that, but I'm not for certain. And once you see it, it's like, holy crap,
Right.
that is awesome. But if you want to check out the equipment or the training, you can visit www.leak-pro.com or give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, and I'd be happy to discuss either one with you.
Yes. And you can come hang out with us.
That's it.
Have some
Well, we got some
All
comments over
right, all
here.
right.
Okay, this is a big one.
Okay.
So I have a question for you guys. Why is that the old school plumbers that have a license actually are intelligent and make sense, however? Younger generation just passing master license for plumbing are as dumb as a bag of rocks. Do you feel like bureaucrat red tape is just trying people to pass the test and not actually having experience with the common sense? Because in the field, starting to see more people that are passing the academic, but not the common sense is not there.
Ooh, this is a lot to unpack.
That is a lot. Biagio, happy Friday. I hope you're doing all right.
That's that.
I will agree to parts of this because yes, there's some that are getting in the trades that all they want is what's the fast track to that master's.
Yeah.
Because I want to run a business. That's what I'm here to do. And that's really cool because I love that they're thinking that far ahead. Now, what I call that is cart in front of the horse. And you definitely want that cart behind the horse so that the horse is pulling. But I feel like it's our jobs to teach them more.
Right.
Even though they climb the ranks really fast or whatever. And I'm not saying that they need to know everything. If they're mainly doing it to run the business side of a plumbing business, they need to know the rules. Yes. But they could have some of the best plumbers out there that know way more than they do. And that's something that I've learned is you don't have to know it all. You can have some really good people that know all their specialty things that can help carry the whole team too.
Right.
So it's not just one link that I look at anymore.
And there is a huge trade shortage. So yeah, we are there. Everybody is trying to fill these positions. All the growth we talk about every day. I mean, who's going to do it? Everybody's retiring. And so unfortunately, it is a huge responsibility of those already in those positions to get those little ones up to speed, get them going. And it is just going to take everybody. It's going to be a lot of work. That's why we have Whiskey Wednesdays.
That's right.
For sure.
Where is Roger?
Where is Roger?
So he's down in Austin. What's he up to?
He is at the Brennan Burchard leadership training, and he is there with a few others so they can learn more about leadership. And yeah, that's where he is. And plus, he's any excuse to go to Austin and eat tacos. You know, you had him at Austin.
At Suerte. Oh my gosh.
All trades.
I was talking about that yesterday because I'm back on carnivore, and it's like, man, if it was going to rain food, it would be Suadero tacos from Suerte, please.
Yes, with that sauce.
So moving on real quick in here to all trades. We'll breeze through this one kind of quick.
Let's do it. Even though it's my favorite. I love soft skills. I know,
like why soft skills are the number one job site differentiator in 2025.
Yes.
An industry driven by skill and production. It's communication, attitude, and leadership that are starting to separate the good tradespeople from the great ones.
Right.
And guys, this is huge. You have to be able to clearly communicate on the right level with people. And that's what this is a lot about. Key soft skills in demand, clear communication.
Yep.
That is the number one thing. It's the biggest failure on most job sites is the communication falls apart. So clear communication is number one.
Yes.
Adaptability, being able to adjust and move. That's it. We enter this place with fluid minds every day because you don't always know what's
going to come our way.
Problem solving mindset. Okay. Be the fixer, be there to help fix the situation, not add to the problems.
Right.
You know, and that's a lot of key right there.
Yes.
Also, team collaborations, being able to work with others and move the same direction together is very important in the trades. That's why we like a lot of people that played on baseball teams and football teams and stuff like that. Guess what? You're a team player. Right. You want to all buy into the same vision.
And that's too a lot of what you were saying, you know, those youngers don't necessarily have all of the soft skills that they need. And so I've only been hired because of my soft skills mostly. I'll learn what you want me to do, but I feel like I do a really good job of being adaptable, problem solving, team collab, and communication. I mean, it's a never ending. I try to get better every day.
That's it. And that's all we have to do
Yeah.
is just keep trying to get a little better.
That's right.
Don't fall backwards. You can do it. Let's move on in here to laws and licenses. Local business license red tape. Getting organized to expand. Whether you're adding another city, opening a second office, or moving into commercial work, the business licensing web can slow your momentum if you're not prepared. Now, I know this is something that you end up dealing with a lot around here because we do a lot of creations.
Yes, we do a lot of creations.
Some of the common pitfalls here: not researching local requirements. Okay. Every city, county, or municipality may have different license type, general contractor, subcontractor, MEP specific. You're going to have to check every locality and see exactly what their requirements are because, yeah, some may need this license. Oh, but you also need this certification added to that license.
Right.
So you're going to want to check and make sure that you can actually do the job you're trying to bid on in those areas.
Right.
I had to do this a lot in ours. I was doing industrial, and we bid projects kind of around the country-ish at one time, and then we throttled it back in. But I'd have to be like, okay, well, I need to go check with legal and all these people. Can we work here? I don't even know. I don't know what all laws and licenses we have.
Well, what's so fun about our land is it's an unincorporated area, which means we are actually in like the coolest area because it's like a black zone. We don't know where we go. There's no permitting. There's no permitting force. We're like, if we get hurt, which police department comes? And they're still kind of on the fence about that.
That's it. I thought about making steaks and cookies and taking them to the fire departments just so that they know, hey, it's a cool guy that lives here. So if I call, y'all come see me. I'll have steaks for you.
Because when we had that line on fire outside, I was like, they were like, well, let me see who comes to see you. And I was like, could you do that, please? That would be great.
That's it. And luckily we did have a fire department show up. And look, like we're not required to, but we came.
Right.
And I'm so glad that y'all did.
But that's not
I think
always
everything's okay. But here I would love your opinion on, is everything really okay?
Right.
Here?
But again, that's not always the case. Some of these, like, the what are those the classic districts where you have the old historic districts? Yes, you have that's intense permitting, and you have to have all of the ducks in a row for that. So for sure.
Some other pitfalls: missing renewal deadlines. Guys, that's so important.
Yes.
Keep an eye on when your permits and stuff go out, your certifications, your license. Don't let them go out of date because sometimes you've got to jump through way too many hoops to get it back.
Yep.
Failure to update address or ownership info. Okay. Even small changes need to be reflected on the city filings or fines may follow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We don't like it when it hits our bottom pocket.
No, we don't.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
How to stay organized. Use a license tracking spreadsheet or an app.
That's just where I was going. Plug into some kind of like reminder software. Yes.
That's it. And if you're real good at spreadsheets, make it give you a red and green color configuration so that it turns red a month before something goes out so that we can open it and go, oh, wait. I need to tell these 3 guys that they need to send off to make sure that they're current.
Absolutely.
Assign someone to stay on top of it. Of course, you need somebody to look at that spreadsheet on a regular basis. Consolidate when possible. Some states offer umbrella licenses for businesses operating across regions. We talk about this a lot with reciprocity and things like that. See where all you can work and access. But that kind of goes back into the research those local requirements.
Know where you're going, know what permitting. I remember Roger would be like, well, find out what they did. And I was like, that's such a great idea. This is when I was very new, but yes, I was like, that makes so much sense, so yeah.
That's it. Like a trade company in Arizona was fined $2,500 for operating in a neighboring city without the proper secondary license.
Right.
Despite being fully licensed in their main city, it delayed their payment by 30 days.
Ouch. Payroll is for real, and 30 days can definitely hurt a lot. Kill.
It can, especially if you're having to carry it.
Yes. It's really
depending
tough
on the
because
season.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. Woo.
Yeah, imagine that happening during the top part of the year where it's
Nice. Yeah.
tough. Plan ahead, guys.
Yes.
Like try to get rid of those times a year the best you can.
Business
Business
training.
training. Building a training plan for new hires.
Ah,
I thought this was a really good one because
it is a really good one.
even if you only hire one person at a time, a repeatable onboarding process sets the tone for safety, success, and retention.
Yes.
Guys, if everybody comes on board the same, whenever they're talking to somebody, whoever they're talking to, they were onboarded the same way. So they know exactly what they're going through
Right.
to help give them tips, pointers, or
Yes.
whatever.
And it's public knowledge that Roger is fired from doing that. He still does it, but he knows that he is fired from doing that because he has a very jump in mindset where I'm like, that's not working. But, we try to keep it at bay.
That's it. Like we were talking yesterday, systems and processes, guys,
Yes.
they are important. Okay.
Yes.
Create those checklists, make it the same for everybody that comes in. Now, different
Absolutely.
positions may require some extra training and stuff, and that's fine.
Yes.
But also what you want to include in the training plan, company culture and expectations. Okay. If you've got a dress code, any communication expectations, or customer interactions that they need to do, you need to run through and
Right.
train them exactly how you want them to deal with any situations that are thrown at them.
Right.
Dress code's big.
Dress code. Don't wear shorts.
I know Dad's huge on that. I love trying to wear shorts here.
Yeah. Unless otherwise notified by HR. Which
here, our rules are you got to be on brand. Okay, like
Uh-huh.
that's the key for me. As long as I'm in this shirt, I'm doing all right. I got 3 colors to pick from.
There you go. Boom.
Tools and materials familiarity, guys. New people.
They don't know where anything
This
is.
takes me back to my favorite story that Dad always tells me. So, kid was cutting strut with a bandsaw all day, over and over and over. Okay. Green apprentice. Well, they're walking. He walks by. He's walking with the TI or something. They're like, oh, yeah, they need to cut that valve. Hey, kid, why don't you cut that valve off? And kept walking. Well, what has the kid been doing all day? He's been cutting strut. So he walks over and he cuts that valve off and floods the floor.
Right.
Because of simple not understanding some of the trade lingo there.
Right.
But you really want to make sure that they know how to use the tools they're doing and what they're for. Not to say that it wasn't wrong cutting the valve off. Maybe it did need to be cut off physically, but also cut off just means turn it off.
And even if you're in an office, showing, even if your office is small, showing a new person, where basic stuff is really makes them feel a lot more like, oh, okay, I got you. Instead of just like.
Hated going into the office because I was like, well, where are the pins? I'd been going in this office for years as a superintendent and journeyman, foreman, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Never knew where they keep
little
office
stuff.
supplies
Right.
like pins, rubber bands, notepad, like just simple things. And it's like, hey, where do I actually find? Oh, you need to go talk to so-and-so. Oh, they keep the keys to all this stuff. And it's like, holy crap. Okay. Why didn't anybody tell me that whenever I came in so I could set up at least? And they're like, well, there was some stuff already in your desk, so nobody worried about it.
Oh,
it's just like, yeah, great. Thanks.
But it makes you feel so much more like a part of the office to know where pens and toilet paper are. As simple as that sounds, it's huge, That's it. Those are very big deals.
Also, hands-on shadowing.
Yes.
Let new hires follow a journeyman for the first week with written goals each day. And I think that's really cool. It just having that journeyman spend 15 minutes with the apprentice after that shadowing. Hey, what are some cool things you learned? What are some things you didn't think you'd be able to do? Or what are some things that you knew you could already do?
Right.
Just to kind of get an idea of where they're at so that they have an idea that next weekend when they put them to work, what they should expect. Check-in schedule, set calendar alerts for 1 week, 30 days, and 60-day feedback meetings with the new hires that you bring in.
That's really good. Definitely. I got a job at Cintas when I was in LA.
Yeah.
Yep. I was recruited over there, and they have the best onboarding training ever. For 2 weeks, I had to show up at 5 a.m. and get on a truck and go on the delivery route. Because what am I even selling if I don't know how it goes, who's doing what does this process even look like? And having to see, like, I mean, I'm always up at 5 anyways, but that was just so great. Wear what they wear, go on their calls, see what you can find out. And, and then you shadowed a person who was selling, going out to the companies. What do you need? But that was so great. I mean, man, you could see the whole process.
Like we were talking about, the office personnel kind of doing a ride along every once in a while.
Yes, those are huge.
With the actual field employee.
Right.
It's like, man, like so much knowledge can be learned just from that observation, from sitting there, shutting up and just watching.
Yeah.
They can learn so much in a day. Really enjoy that.
Yes. All right. Vehicles.
What to do if an employee wrecks a company vehicle? Okay, accidents happen, but how you handle them can protect or sink your business.
Mm-hmm.
And first things, guys, immediate steps, ensure safety first. Call emergency services if needed. Make sure that everybody's okay. Okay. Document everything.
Yes.
Take photos of damage, location, and any road conditions or signage.
Yes. They gave me a camera and a picture, like a notebook and a pen in my driver so I could keep that when I was working there. They were like, get out of your car and take as many photos as you can, document everything, find this. And it was like a day of training on that.
They used to tell us, fill the camera up.
Yes, exactly.
Take pictures till it can't take pictures anymore.
Keep going.
I don't care if it got 10 of the same thing. It's fine.
Yes.
Whatever. We want documentation.
Yes.
File a police report. That's one of the major ones. The insurance company has to have that police report. So it is essential for insurance and liability clarity. Make sure you get it. So that just means always call, because you're going to need somebody there to file the report. Call insurance right away. Don't wait. Delays may result in coverage complications. And guys, what I like to say here is call them while you're on site still. Okay. Yes. Especially if it's a company issue and problem. Call them right there while you're still there, so that if there's any information that they need that you haven't gotten, you can still get it. Okay. Yes. So important.
Call right away.
All right. Internal response. Do not assign blame publicly.
You take them in the other room and then you wail on them.
Now, don't get me wrong. We had a guy that hit a cow on the way to work. And I assure you, we gave him hell for months.
Well, as you should. Oh my gosh.
I'll agree and disagree. Okay. We knew it was dark for him. He didn't see the cow. We knew that. It's fine. But still, bro, you couldn't see a cow on the road.
Yes.
Don't call them out in front of everybody, and shame them or anything like that.
Right.
Pull them to the side. Tell them if they did something wrong. Tell them what they did wrong. And go through it.
An expensive training opportunity.
Very expensive training opportunity. Review the vehicle use policy with them. Was the employee properly trained and allowed to use the vehicle or not? That happens a lot. I've seen apprentices. Oh, I just jumped in the truck to move it real quick. Oh yeah, I ran into a wall.
Yep.
Well, you're not certified to use that thing. Oh, well, I was just trying to move it real quick because somebody needed it. It doesn't matter. You go get the person that can operate it.
Right.
Don't just jump on it and do it. So review your policies with them. Schedule a safety review for the crew. Turn that moment into a learning opportunity.
Yep.
Defensive driving, distractions, etc. Spread that through the team.
Right.
We used to have emails that would come out for any vehicle incidents that went out through the whole company, anybody that had a vehicle, so that we all learned from each other's mistakes, so that nobody else would run into a cow.
Right. Yes, for sure. Well, and there's companies that come out and they show you the right ways to drive. They take you on the highway. They show you how to pull in. They show you how to back up. They make sure that and if your company plugs into that, insurance discounts.
Yes, that's
so
for
sure. Keeping track and really showing them is training.
Got a couple comments over here.
All right,
Max. Great live, and appreciate you both for the informative session. Are there laws in place for plumbing new construction that foreign plumbing parts, supplies, or foreign steel cannot be used in the construction of new buildings or structures. Do you foresee any changes in the plumbing industry due to the current tariffs? The major spot that I've seen spots that we couldn't use foreign things. I used to bid industrial projects. Lockheed Martin had specific countries you could get material from, and there were certain ones that you could not, no matter what. So, is it going to happen into homes and things? I don't think so. Lockheed Martin was a little more strict than a lot of companies out there in this. Do I think that there's going to be some shift due to tariffs? Definitely so. I think domestic is going to become stronger and better than ever. And I love that. But I was a 20-year union member, so I like to buy American as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I think that's the major reason for all the tariffs and the shift. They're just trying to bring it back home.
Bring it back home.
I was born an American, so I love America.
Well, absolutely.
Max also says, good point about listening. Most of effective communication is listening.
Yes.
But I'm usually the quiet guy in the room that's sitting back learning all the time. I will talk. I teach a lot. I'm really good at it, but I'm the quiet guy in the corner that's shutting up and listening because I'm trying to soak in as much knowledge as I can. We'll move on to social media here.
Social media.
And, it's only fitting that we close the show spotlight with
plumbing.
That's plumbing, it. It's Friday.
Plumber.
So we do plumbing, and we might as well talk about Roger Wakefield plumbing
let's
education.
Talk about Roger. Oh.
I'm sure that we both probably have a lot of dirt, but we're going to avoid that, okay? Because it's Friday, guys. It's a great day. It's plumbing social media day. Channel overview here on YouTube. Approximately 660,000 subscribers. Over 1,800 videos with over 125 million views. And this is just YouTube, guys.
Nice.
All right. I think TikTok's 600,000 followers almost.
Right.
Tons of videos.
I know
tons
on
of
Insta,
views.
it's almost 100.
Insta's almost to 100K. It's freaking nuts, man. At the things that you can go out there and do on socials. A lot of the content that he focuses on, that we all focus on. Plumbing tutorials, in-depth guides on various plumbing techniques and best practices. We do a lot of work out here at the outhouse, and we try to show it all in videos with all the upgrades that we're doing. And, we kind of got this property to remodel and renovate for content. That's it, to teach y'all how to do different things around the house. Industry insights. We discuss on trends, challenges, and opportunities within plumbing sector. We test the limits of so many different things that I just love it. Anything new that's coming out, we attempt to test it and check it out.
We got Temu products. We got TikTok products. We're trying to see what is good and
glued
what is
copper.
Oh, I know.
Freaking, we try it all. Okay, we try it all.
It blew up the machine, right?
It did. Business advice, strategies for growing and managing a plumbing business effectively. Cover different things like that a lot. Product reviews, evaluations of plumbing tools and equipment to inform purchasing decisions on what's best to use around the house. What can you use? What can you DIY? When do you actually need a professional?
Yes.
Some of the notable videos. Why I love being a plumber. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. Real Plumber reacts to the biggest plumbing scammers.
Mm-hmm.
And so many more, guys. We have a blast. Everything's plumbing on that channel. Teach you, if you're just getting in, it's led so many different people to the trades. I hear about it all the time whenever we go to trade shows and stuff like that, in chats, things like that. Man.
Yeah.
I started this after listening to you for a while.
And that's our mission, truly, is the trades is such a great opportunity. And for Roger to be so successful at it and not share it would be wrong. And so there's a need, and he is all about it. It's such a wonderful career and a life. You can really just optimize whatever you're looking to do if you get in the trades. But a lot of people don't even know that, it's not in schools. it's not, as popular as college, but it is definitely just as lucrative. That is for sure.
My favorite was after a long day in the trenches, come in filthy, I'd stop and go shopping at the mall or something. And you're just this filthy construction worker.
Right.
Well, that's how most of the people in the mall see you as you're walking around looking through this expensive clothing.
Right.
To find something nice for the weekend. And they're I don't think you can afford that.
Oof.
Guys, in a decade, I'm going to be looking for all you dirty construction workers going, hey, man, you got some spare change?
Yeah.
Okay, because y'all are going to be the rich ones, guys. And it's there.
Yes. And
embrace it.
And AI is not taking that over.
AI is not going to take that over.
Is not going anywhere.
Robots are going to help us do it. Okay.
You just need
I don't think it's going to take it over. Now,
right.
Maybe someday they'll come out with like that iRobot thing that can just do everything. I think that's a long ways out there, guys.
Yeah. In the meantime,
cash in, buy some of those robots that help you do your project. Okay.
Yes.
You got that roofing robot or whatever that peels shingles and lays new. Hey, put it to work. Yes. Okay. So that's where we're at. Moving on to some questions we've got here.
Right.
Let's see. How can I track license across multiple cities without hiring another admin? Guys, cloud-based spreadsheets with renewal alerts or apps out there. Guys, you can assign a reoccurring task in your calendar to review every month. I just removed some from here for Sipping Saturdays. Every Saturday live stream. I always had reminders, just, hey, make sure you prep and you're ready for this. Canceled some other ones because we've shifted some things. I've
moved on from calendars and I left some behind, and I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Only way to know that is open communication.
Yes,
I'm like, hey, Amber,
right.
this is still here. Do you want to remove it? She's like, oh my God, you still have that on there?
I'm sorry.
And it's like, yeah, but we'll get rid of it.
Yes. Get rid of it.
Oh, here you go. How do I bring up soft skills without sounding like I'm nagging?
Use job site huddles to highlight wins. Shout outs to Luis for calming that upset homeowner yesterday. That's the kind of professionalism that keeps us getting work done. 100%. You can start with wins.
Hey, I was going to say wins are amazing. Okay. And
we love wins.
We send out the email for all of the accidents that occur in vehicles. Well, guess what? Any major wins, they would send out an email about too, so that everybody could congratulate the estimator on winning the estimate, or the PM that landed that job, or whoever. Pass on the wins to everybody so that they can actually be acknowledged, and that goes a long way in your company.
Absolutely. I feel like the company Roger sold to, Rescare, does such a good job at that. They take their whole company meeting and they read the good reviews and things people did that was right. We don't just yell at people all the time.
I like their review thing. Any 5-star review, they instantly get emailed to every major salesperson in the company or something. I thought that was cool.
Great idea.
Should I charge for every estimate? Not always, but don't be afraid to screen. Free estimates aren't free for you, so don't forget that. Okay, like we were talking earlier, know how many estimates, but honestly, make sure that client is ready to buy something, not just looking for a free estimate to get a free estimate so that they know what's wrong and they're not going to hire you to do the work.
Not just a rental property resident owner.
Yes. One more real quick. Can burnout cause real job site safety issues? Absolutely, guys. Mental fatigue leads to inattention and errors. You start to not be able to run through your normal checklist because your brain's wore out. Okay. So don't get burned out on the jobs, guys. We do want to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. Let us come in here and talk trades with you guys for an hour to keep that knowledge bank going. League Pro does build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. So if you're a plumber out there and y'all don't do in-house leak detection, check out www.leak-pro.com. Take a look at the complete kit. Or if you want, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. We can talk about the equipment, or how I can actually train you here just outside of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Uh,
and it's just an add-on. It's not even, it's
That's it.
just an
Like,
add-on.
it's an add-on service. And
it's just extra.
like I had a guy ask me the other day, well, how do I charge for this? You charge for the leak detection service. Boom.
Yep.
And it's all inclusive, and you sell it just like you would. Oh, I got to subcontract this out to this leak detection guy.
Right.
Here's how much it is. Well, it's the same thing, except you're the leak detection guy now. So that's how it can benefit you.
Saving it in-house.
Everybody, happy Friday. I hope y'all have a
Yes.
great weekend. Stay focused for the rest of the day on the work, but have a blast this weekend. Get out there, hit it effing hard, guys. Thanks.